Blomqvist makes a slow start and can only manage 6th fastest on the first of the 50 stages. But there is still a long way to go, and the Swede is a determined driver. The man favourite to win the event is Hannu Mikkola, who has stayed loyal to Ford despite the absence of an official works team from the rally scene. In the Eton Yale Escort, he has early problems through the Whitton Castle Leisure Centre stage, and ignition failure causes him to lose 1 minute on that section. Another ex-Ford Works driver, Ari Vatanen, has also stayed loyal to the mark, and like his fellow countryman Mikkola, has an Escort, this one in Rothman's livery. Russell Brooks has moved to Talbot for this year and is having his first international drive in the Lotus engine Sunbeam. He gets off to a relatively slow start on the event, but soon speeds up and was lying second when he retired with ignition troubles. Ex-Ford stalwart Roger Clark is giving his V8 engine Triumph TR7 its first forest outing. Young Malcolm Wilson has stayed faithful to Escorts and is again displaying his own particular brand of fast driving. Teammate to Wilson last year was Finn Henry Toivonen, but who, like Brooks this year, has changed to the latest rally offering from Talbot. Toivonen already has 1 win under his belt in his home country's Arctic Rally and has a busy programme ahead of him, including several World Championship rallies. Top Scottish driver Jimmy McRae leads the Vauxhall team in his Chevette. Toyota have made a return to the British rally scene, and the man chosen to spearhead their attack is New Zealander Alan Carter. Carter has more than proved his ability since coming to live in this country by winning the Group 1 section of last year's Sedan Championship. He now has to get used to the much more powerful Group 4 Celica. Andy Dawson is setting a fair pace in his Datsun Violet. So far, the sensation of the rally is Willie Rutherford, already in the top 3 after only 5 stages. Great things were expected from current World Championship leader Anders Kullang in the brand new Opel Ascona 400. He set the early pace by beating Mikkola by 3 seconds on the first stage, but disaster strikes on the second and he coasts through to retirement. Someone else with early problems is Malcolm Wilson.
What's centralising, Malcolm?
I think we just knocked the track out on the first stage and we haven't had time to rectify it yet.
Is that what caused the headlights to look a bit skew-if as well?
We hit a big puddle of water and it just took off into the hedge. So it done a bit of damage, but it's repairable.
Did it lose you much time?
Just about 20 seconds or so, something like that.
How's it been going otherwise?
All right, very well. Very wet and slippery, but OK.
You managed to make up the 20 seconds?
No, not yet. There's a long way to go.
The stage has been very soft and wet.
When it's like that, some of the drivers apparently Kodo has been reading off a map and others haven't. Well, what does Jim do for you? Did you?
Well, where it's helpful, he tries, but, you know, when it is a strange road, then you really are relying on sometimes very old maps and not to be recommended.
I went off the road on stage 11 and we was stuck there for about 40 minutes. There was no idea to try any longer.
What made you go off? What happened?
Oh, I was too fast into a corner and I went sideways and I tried to stop, but I get down in the ditch and we was stuck there.
There was nobody there to help push you back on or anything?
It came 3 guys and 1 girl about 10 minutes after we went off. And they really tried, so I want to thank them very much.
And what about today now? You're going through some familiar country, aren't you, today?
Well, we hope so, if we can see it. If the fog doesn't lift, then I don't know we'll see much at all.
Clark's prediction about the fog is correct, as it doesn't lift for the tarmac test over Oliver's Mount. The bad visibility is a real hazard. The motorcycle circuit is a regular stage on the Mintex, and despite the dreadful weather conditions, second-place man Vatanen doesn't seem to have eased up at all. With 28 of the 50 stages completed, it's a finish 1-2, with Mikkola being chased by Vatanen. But the star of the rally, Rutherford, is right on their heels. McRae has been working hard all night and has got the Chevette up to 5th place. Fastest over Oliver's Mount is Toivonen, but just 3 stages later he is to retire. Carter soon comes to terms with his Toyota and is driving a sensible rally in 7th spot at Scarborough. The Clark TR7 is lying 11th and soon to retire. Luckily, the fog doesn't persist, and as the cars head towards York, the sun even manages to shine. Mikkela's pace carries on unabated through the classic Yorkshire Forest stages of Bickley, Staindale and Dalby. Bartonen is chasing but making no impression on the leader. Rutherford's luck is beginning to desert him, and he goes off the road momentarily, letting McRae's Chevette get dangerously close. But he is still determined to fight on to the finish. With the changing fortunes and the narrow gap of just a few seconds between him and Rutherford, McRae has now got the bit between his teeth. Formerly immaculate Duckham's Toyota are proof that Carter is becoming perhaps a little overconfident in his driving of the new machine.
Got a little bit wide coming around the corner and hit a bank with the tail and it pulled the nose in and we went off and landed on a pile of logs. It actually looks a lot worse than what it is. There's no mechanical damage, but we were stuck there for something over 2 minutes, which is a bit important at this stage. But I don't know whether the car had something wrong with the back of it because it was started to handle funny before we went off. So we're going to check it now and just see. So I don't know whether I get all the credit for it or not.
It is. It's very, very slippery and muddy. So our cars are understeering very badly. It's hard work.
Is there anything you can do to stop it?
No, you know, it's just this weather, you know, this roads. When it's raining here, it's so muddy.
Do you know how far behind Hanno you are?
No, 1.5 minutes at least.
Are you just maintaining that gap?
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Yes.
Well, when Hannu doesn't take it seriously, then we can maintain the gap here.
Do you think he is not taking it seriously at the moment, then, you mean?
Well, and when he takes it seriously, you know, then he pulls away. Well, it's just so good.
We intended to start very fast. We had a lot of problems getting the car ready, and as a result, I didn't drive it until I took it down to scrutineering, and that sort of dampened us a bit. We decided we weren't going to start as fast as we intended to, but we went quick enough. And
what was the ploy then to start? Why start quickly?
Just on in second, and with the two Finns rallying in perfect symmetry with each other. McRae has now got past the Rutherford escort into third place with a determined drive. Ex-Opel driver Tim Bryce now makes his move and is up to fourth place in his new escort. Dawson's Group 2 opposition in the form of Blomqvist, Saab and Toivonen Tolbert have disappeared, and he's more than happy with his fifth place overall. Rutherford still trying, but he's down to sixth. McRae is not the only front-runner in a Chevette, as top Lancashire driver George Hill gets his Vauxhall into seventh spot. With just 2 stages to go before York, there is nothing to worry Mikkela. His car has run well, and the 1978 sedan champion is about to open his 1980 score with maximum points. But accepts second spot gracefully. Third goes to McRae, who is looking forward to the second round of the championship, the Circuit of Ireland, where the entire route is on his favourite tarmac as against the clogging mud of the Yorkshire forests.